Episode 320 of the Blathering Live begins right now. Glad you're here hanging out with us on a Monday live, 5 p.m. in the Pacific, 6 Central Mountain, 7 Central, 8 Eastern. I don't know. I just know the time zones based on what TV Guy taught me in commercials for my favorite TV programs. Shawnee's here. Laser Bolt, straight from the forest. James Holmes checking in for the UK. Brady's here as well. We got all the rigs. We got all the regs. Am I frozen? All right, let's try this again. Can you hear me at least? Still frozen. Okay. Steve?
You're not frozen anymore.
I'm not frozen.
See you now.
Okay. It was an internet issue. Yeah, everything everything got stuck.
You froze again as soon as you brought me on. I see myself moving.
Okay. Tell you what.
Things are happening.
You're in the show now, right?
All right. I got you. I'll give the rundown. You give a refresh and come right back.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right.
Okay.
It's producer Steve, everybody.
Hey. Oh, man, the music cut off very abruptly and very not in my favor there. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Blathering on a Monday. Happy August. Hopefully Ken gets his stuff figured out here soon. I'm excited to talk about things that happened this weekend. I hope you all are too. As like we have on the thumbnail, there's fun politics to talk about, sports, Spider-Man, all of the above, and even reflecting pool drama. So I think Ken is getting himself reconnected here. You're moving, you're grooving.
Yeah.
I hear you. You're still moving. That's a good sign. I think we're in a good place.
All right. Yeah. It was, I noticed I had the wrong network selected for the internet. So I did the old, let me go to Ethernet thing. And then the computer was like, what if you just died? What if you just died? So good intro. You did
You're
it.
back.
You did it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Steve touched upon it there. We got all the things going on. Advice Monday. I'd love you to call in. A little less calls these days because I think Steve and I have just been in a groove, just zipping through the program here tonight. But don't forget to call in. Become a channel member or a Patreon supporter at patreon.com/Napzok to get on in and call in. We do have a great voicemail tonight. A couple voicemails maybe, or just one, right?
One voicemail so far. Let me see if that's been updated. But yeah, we've got one prominent voicemail.
Sweet, tasty. Arnold Palmer. So
sounded lovely.
Yeah. Also, okay. So look, Brady brings this up. MLB trade deadline today.
Ooh.
Steve, I
Most
know.
boring trade deadline in sports. Sorry.
Really? You think so?
Yeah. Of all the major sports, I mean, unless you count hockey, but like basketball and football have a much better trade deadline than baseball.
Oh, I don't even think there is a trade deadline of basketball and football. It's so uneventful.
Well, you don't watch basketball, so you can't.
Yeah, but it's uneventful. The NFL one's uneventful. They trade. Players get traded like every 6 years in the NFL.
Yeah, but the deadline day or the day leading up to deadline day is usually pretty exciting. It's gotten better in the last few years. I mean, wasn't the famous Jay Cutler Broncos Bears Kyle Orton trade, was that a deadline day trade? I could be wrong about that. That could have been a preseason trade. But I feel like we've had some prominent deadline day trades not too long
lately.
ago.
Yeah, I agree with you, Micah Parsons, some of those names, but the MLB one is like historic. It's like tradition. It's like the countdown to July 31st, which is why I was a little confused that it's August 2nd and it was the trading deadline. What the hell happened? When did they change this?
It's Sabbath. I don't know.
July 31st
was Friday, right? Yeah. I don't know. That's a good question.
But like that used to be like that's capital letters. The July 31st trade deadline was like the thing, and now I don't know. I'm out of it.
The All-Star game was late this year too, I feel like. So I don't know. Maybe
I don't know, man.
Maybe it's all just weird. Look, man, enjoy baseball while you have it, because we're not going to have it next year. So enjoy it while you can.
Yes, I actually think that's true, and I think the Dodger trade's exposing some of that. And I found myself in a weird position defending the Dodgers in most of my conversations this weekend.
Okay, General Veers, how is this one going to go?
Because I'll tell you why. You're seeing you're seeing this trade is exposing, and the Dodgers are exposing, to me, other clubs, not the Mets or Yankees or anything like that, other clubs who just are there to lose, not just in terms of a sports thing, but in a business thing. I really think you don't need a salary cap, you need a salary floor. And
Yes.
that is
Agreed.
my big thing. Yeah. And so are the Dodgers collecting all the players, and is it somewhat annoying? Yeah. Have I complained about it? Yeah, absolutely. I'm a Yankee fan. Money doesn't buy championships. Look at the Mets right now, right? Second highest payroll.
That's true.
They ain't winning anything. But and again, I always cite my buddy June Lee. He had a great video not too long ago about how the Dodgers are doing this, and a lot of it's through they declared bankruptcy. The Major League Baseball organization helped. Like there's a tax on their TV. It's more complicated stuff than I understand. But that they just were basically like, F this, we're gonna win. Losing doesn't benefit us. And then private equity comes into sports, and I think you're seeing. But the spirit of this goes back to the '90s when, as a Yankee fan, I'd have a lot of people saying that, hey, you're buying championships. And I'd be like, talk to the Minnesota Twins owner, who's the richest man in baseball. Talk to him. And right now, 20 to 30%, like Pirates, teams like that's how much they're putting into their payroll. Dodgers are putting 70% of their payroll. Do they have more of it? Yeah, absolutely. Is there a big market, small market thing? Yeah, absolutely. That's where I go, Steve. That's why I've been defending the Dodgers all weekend. Give me a slot.
Post-trade. Yeah, I agree with you on salary floor. I think we do need that, especially as a fan of a Cincinnati Reds team that has been abysmal for 30 years and is one of the teams on the list that the Dodgers are paying their starting pitchers more than 16 teams in the MLB's this year's entire roster. So that gives you a chance of just how disparaging it is. I agree with you. I don't think there needs to be a salary cap necessarily. I'm also a fan of Premier League soccer. There's no salary cap in that sport either, and the relegation system is, I think, what helps try to add a little bit of parity to that sport, even though it's extremely top heavy. I think having a salary floor makes the people in it for the competitive reasons, not just for the business reasons. You know what I mean? As a Reds fan, the owners of the team look at the team every year and say, well, we can make, we're 5 games behind the wild card like we usually are at this time of year. We can make a run at the team and not have to pay anybody and blah, 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 blah. Dude, they just got rid of paying Ken Griffey Jr. last year. So it's when you have teams like the Dodgers, the Mets, and the Yankees that have this big one of the things that I think maybe the MLB would benefit from, and I don't know if they have something like this or if you have to have a salary cap for this, but is a luxury tax-like system that we see in the NBA and the penalties that NFL teams get for going over a salary cap. Maybe you don't have a hard cap, but you just institute a higher, so to speak, tax rate on these teams that have payrolls, over $500 million and all this crap. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, and they've had a luxury tax in place for a bit, and George Steinbrenner. I don't fully endorse the man, but he'd sometimes be like, yeah, cutting another big check. Thanks to all the teams not using this money to compete. And that kind of used to be the vibe. But also, again, the deferred contract stuff, I think it's within rules, but it's a little, I'm not saying it's all cut and dry. But I think, to my original point, as you go into this big labor strife, and it will be, this is the difference to me. Like the players are like, yeah, no, don't cap us because we'd like to make more money. Duh. The owners are like, love to cap you because we don't want to pay the money. But then it's like, you got to have that floor because what the hell, man? No wonder players just want to go to 3 teams right now. There's only 3 teams competing at the end of the day.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And the NFL does this really well, in which they have a floor for spending every year. You have to spend at least this much money on your roster, and they continue to adjust it as they negotiate with the players union for the player deals every few years. As they do new TV deals, those things are all reworked so that even teams at the bottom at least have to field competitive teams salary wise. And so there isn't that parity of, if you play for the Astros, the Dodgers, the Yankees, the Mets, the last thing you want to do is end up, in Cleveland or in, Colorado or Arizona or Detroit, something like that. Right. So, and not to badmouth those teams, but it's just the way that the sport works and the way that where the money is very, very top heavy. So
yeah, absolutely is, and they're going to need to figure it out. But yeah, I think there'll be a strike.
Probably.
Or at least
Narcolepsy makes a great point. If the teams can find such loopholes and the system is the problem, totally
Yeah.
agree with that. I mean, the system is definitely imperfect. We're seeing that in the NBA with the aspiration story and Kawhi Leonard and the whole, what did the Clippers do to circumvent the salary cap? I think that probably happens a lot more in sports than we realize, and that's been like uncovered. And I wouldn't be surprised if we start to see some of that more, where it's like, okay, yeah, well, we can only pay you 20 million in the salary cap, but here's a piece of a fake made up company, and here's just a way to in the back door to give you another $10 million, stuff like that.
Yeah, I agree with that. And Brady points out, who's leading the AL? Your big spend and raise. Yeah. There is something to be said about a good run organization. I don't know what percentage they put into their payroll. And again, it's not necessarily, Dodgers have more money. Yankees have more money. That I get again. But yeah, you gotta invest back. We have a salary floor in my fantasy baseball league.
Because you need one, right?
You need one. You need one.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and yes, the Rays might be doing really good right now. We've seen this in the last 20 years, ever since Moneyball became a thing. We've seen these teams do well in the regular season. They're still not winning. Yeah. They're still not winning the World Series. The Blue Bloods are winning the World Series. That's what happens in the sport.
Yeah.
So
you're right. And there's always every year there's a team of destiny. Every year there's some team like, oh my God. And then, in all sports, I think all sports, you have that one, like, this is it. I can't believe it. The Buccaneers are going to win the Super Bowl. And every once in a while it happens. We're talking, it's sports heavy tonight. We got Trump is the greatest golfer of all time. We're going to talk about that in a bit, like you said. The pool chart situation is just it's aggravating and tragically not even comical. I don't know what to think about it. I'm going to talk a little bit about Spider-Man, Brand New Day. I didn't see it, but obviously did big at the box office. And I wanted to talk about how even just a couple weeks ago, coming out of Comic-Con, I've been openly wondering, is the age of nerd dead? What do we see? And we saw some films struggle. You know what movie I saw Friday night? Supergirl. Saw it on streaming. And you know what? I really liked that film. I enjoyed Superman a little bit better in terms of just energy, but the vibe is strong. I think the themes are great. And I think some of the subject matter was very clear what they were doing in this female-centric story. So what happened? Well, same with Mandalorian Grogu. I think... I blame the negative influencers. Steve, that's where I go. The negative influencers who just talk their shit, and it just gets sopped up like bread on gravy from the general public. So therefore, I don't need to see Supergirl. I don't need to see Mandalorian Grogu. And I think that's part of what's happening too as well. I still think you're seeing a big change. I still think you're seeing a generational shift. I think Spidey is just too big. Not big, maybe a little too big to fail, but
yes,
and also his good word of mouth.
Yeah, yep. Spider-Man is too big to fail. That's kind of what the MO is. Especially when you look at the movie landscape around it, when you look at kind of the reception to recent Marvel stuff, as much as you like it or don't, I think the box office from Spider-Man this weekend has cemented the whole. It isn't a superhero fatigue problem. It is a good story, good movie problem. And when you try to tell so many stories over so many movies, casual audiences don't necessarily want to have to keep up and do all that homework. But they know they can go to the Spider-Man picture and get Spider-Man and get caught up and have the thing. I did see Spider-Man this weekend, Ken.
Yeah.
And I thought it was incredible. I thought it was the best Spider-Man movie I've seen since the original Spider-Man. Because that's always been my favorite Spider-Man movie.
Which one? The
very first one with
1990.
Very first one with Tobey Maguire. The 99 one. The Raimi was not that one. Yeah. I do remember, but the one with the Spirit Halloween costume.
Yeah.
But oh man, that was another. There was the Captain America movie back then was a fever dream too.
Yeah, right.
But yes, I thought it was amazing. I'm not going to go into spoilers or anything, but in the way that I thought Superman last year was trying to kind of bring back kindness as being cool, I think this movie is trying to say to an entire generation, it's okay to take care of yourself. And so that's the theme of the movie I got from it.
Yeah.
And so I thought that was really, really powerful. And I thought it was a really, really good movie. I thought it was the best acting Tom Holland has done in a Spider-Man movie. It was just all around. It was a ton of fun. And so, yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. And I was surprised at the box office. I'm shocked that it's made, what is it, up to this point, $360 million domestically and 927 worldwide.
Yeah, it's record setting. Yeah, no, it's record setting. And it is. And it's doing, yeah. I think like Ethan's saying it's a big character. Even
Yeah.
something like the Thunderbolts. Thinking this isn't pushback on you, but like my point about negative influencers is Mandalorian Grogu is a great story. Supergirl is a great story, but you have a lot of dumb fucks on the internet. Some I used to work with who will just sit there because they're theme ignorant, they're media illiterate, and so not good. And that's what the general people, that's what the people I run into are like. Oh, I heard Solo wasn't good. Where'd you hear that from? Did you watch it and see it? Where'd you hear it from? And what did they say about it? That's where I butt my head up against the wall of pop culture talk. But then Spider-Man's beyond that. Supergirl isn't. Supergirl is not Superman because there's been a famously kind of bad Supergirl movie in the past, a great comics run, not to the comics world, but to the general public. A lot of them just haven't lived with that character like others. The whole Mandalorian Grogu, the narrative, it's just another TV episode, which was false. That's my thing about negative influencers. There's the positive, well, I don't even call them positive. There's the 22-year-olds going to red carpets and going, yay, which is a whole nother thing. But you know what I mean? Spider-Man is above that all.
Yeah, yes. And it does. I think the fact that the movie was as good as it was certainly helped it. People really like this version of Spider-Man, Tom Holland. They like this cast. Honestly, the funny thing for me is I actually really, really, really didn't like the last Spider-Man movie, the one with Tobey Maguire, like all the Spider-Man. Spoilers. We're not gonna. Sorry, folks. It's the last movie I can spoil at this point. But I didn't really like that movie. That's probably like my least favorite Spider-Man movie. So the fact that I did like the whole 180 with this one and loved this one so much was again another like like Marvel, you got me right back in kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like I used to be really, really invested in these movies. I really, really was. I used to see them all the time, every opening weekend. Yeah, for the MCU. But after the TV stuff just kept going, like after this kept making more and more TV shows and my life changed and I didn't have time to devote 10 hours a week to entertainment stuff. Like my viewing habits changed. My fan bandwidth changed. It wasn't that I stopped liking it. It was just, I only had so much stuff to follow kind of thing. Yeah. And because I'm one of those people that likes to dig in. I want to bite into it. I want to read the comics. I want to learn all the stuff about it. You know what I mean? Just like with Game of Thrones and with Lord of the Rings and Star Wars. I want to do all the peripheral stuff. And if you don't do that, you really feel like you're missing out on it. And so I kind of went out, I didn't have that opportunity as much. And so I was just super, super happy walking out of the theater after having seen this. I was bald by myself too. It was the first time I've seen a movie by myself in a really long time. So.
Yeah, you were. How did that feel?
It was good, actually. There was a whole row of kids dressed up as Spider-Man, like different Spider-Man suits from different eras or whatever in the front row. So that was really fun. They wore their masks the whole time. But there was another dude though who's sitting right next to me who was also there by himself. Right. So that we kind of bonded, but I felt old. I'll tell you that. I was, I felt really, really old because everyone was just young and it just, having fun and with groups of friends. And here I am with my bag of popcorn and my M&Ms.
I do like that you kind of said Spider-Man together, like it's Leo Spider-Man down at the end of the block or something.
Well, I mean, John Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think there's still stuff going on with generational shift. I still think, I think Ethan said in chat, like Thunderbolts, great movie. I haven't seen Thunderbolts, but that is going to be harder to put over these days than Guardians of the Galaxy, which back in the day was a like general public not aware of that. But I think it was still the MCU was at its zenith. It was everywhere, and you were going to take a better chance. They have a harder time getting those things over now. That I agree
We're also more divided as a country than we were during phase one.
Say it ain't so.
And honest to God, it's weird, but like there's a certain section of Fox News viewers who just write off the MCU because it's Disney and woke and you know what I mean? And these are people who 15 years ago went and saw Iron Man. They went and saw the Avengers and all that kind, you know what I mean?
And misunderstood a lot of the big themes, but yes.
Oh, well, yeah, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, again, and that's why, after Taff and I watched Supergirl Friday night, and when the movie ended, we both were just kind of like, good movie, enjoyed that. We can see why a lot of folks felt they didn't want to see that or angry by it, meaning men who felt targeted, not by the movie, but those who were saying the movie targeted you. And that could be something there as well. But I also just wanted to acknowledge it because here, Spider-Man, here I'm on this channel using my airwaves to say, look, we're again, I see generational shift is these are your grandpa's stories now. It's a different era. It's a generally speaking thing. Because a lot of you provided examples of my kids go see it, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. But Spider-Man, slightly different. It's an old timer.
It's Spider-Man is. Ken, it's better positioned than pretty much any other universal entertainment property that there is. And I mean that in that you, honest to God, capture every spectrum. The little tiny kids in Spider-Man diapers and plushy toys and from infancy all the way through grade school and middle school and high school to the college-aged kids who were nerds like me during the height of the MCU at the beginning of it, to the full-fledged adults who had it their entire life, to, yes, like you said, now people who are grandparents who grew up with the OG line and runs of comics. So very few things can hit each of those demographics as heavy as Spider-Man does. I mean, even if you talk about the kids' properties like Frozen or any of that kind of stuff, that still has a tail off of juice at the end of the day. Like, as far as who those audiences are intended for, this movie is literally made for everybody. Like, and that's a really special thing that I don't think even other comic book movies can't attest to.
I actually agree. I mean, Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, Wonder Woman to a degree. I'm just trying to think of all time, right? Of all time. I
think that's the list, man. I think that's the list
of the greatest of a kid like me who didn't read those comics, could tell you everything about G.I. Joe and Transformers, but I at least knew those characters. Though, oddly enough, I would put Iron Man in that, though officially, I know my buddy Matt Key, my old writing partner, is a comic book expert. He'd point out Iron Man wasn't as well known. It was a bit of a risk with Feige. Totally get that, but I always was obsessed as a kid. I would look over in the comic shelf and be like, oh yeah, I like that iron suit and that iron guy. He's like a good Destro.
As a kid who grew up on the 90s animated Marvel shows, Iron Man was not like... Iron Man didn't become a thing until Robert Downey Jr. made him really cool. Like, it was just he was just a dude in a suit. And to be fair, before Robert Downey Jr., a lot of the suits were not that super cool looking to me. That's why I didn't like Iron Man that much. I was like, his suit's kind of lame. He looks like a scarecrow.
Lisbeth says Hulk and then Wolverine, X-Men as a whole. I agree with those. I would say even, but I'd say Batman, Superman, Spider-Man are even ranked above those. Hulk, I don't know. I'm influenced because they had this Lou Ferrigno TV show.
Lou Ferrigno. Yep. I saw him on Mr. Rogers. He scared the shit out of me.
That show, whenever Bruce Banner got scared or got angry and switched into Hulk, I was terrified as a kid. It was a horror show.
Yeah, and then he showed up on an episode of Mr. Rogers, and I was like, no, I'm not even safe here. Like, because my brother would watch it, and I used to
get me on the trolley.
Exactly, and I was like, why is he here with Mr. Rogers? And so it was a whole thing. But
King
to the
Friday
point of, like,
save me.
The X-Men and Hulk and Wolverine, I agree with that. I think X-Men is kind of the thing there, because that was back when the Raimi Spider-Man trilogy came out. At least what I remember from my age group was Spider-Man was cool to go see. The nerds watched X-Men, while X-Men was cool amongst the comic kids and the people who watched cartoons. X-Men was like, you didn't wear you could wear something Spider-Man adjacent or have some kind of Spider-Man merch and it not be like super nerdy, so to speak. But if you were wearing X-Men stuff, you're like okay, like that's
you know what that you're saying. I kind of get
there was
what
a
you
line.
mean. Generational difference between us a little bit, but because without a doubt, the X-Men films of the early 2000s, I think, are more responsible for the start of this whole era, including the explosion of Comic-Con. Spider-Man's right there with it in 2002, but I think you're right. I'm just going back to my time on the playground, and yes, it was like Spider-Man, Batman, Superman, and a team of what nows, and I think that's when you were really paying attention. I think they're all timers as well. These are all all-star team players here, but there's some leaders. Interesting. That's interesting. Yeah. Wow. All right. It started with the 1986 Howard the Duck, says Jared the Tie Pilot. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. No, Alec Baldwin and the Phantom, right? Or no, was he Billy Zane the Phantom? It was Alec Baldwin with the
haven't done
shadow. Was he the shadow? I can't remember. The 90s. 90s were weird.
Fever Dream.
Fever Dream indeed. Bottom of the hour, we'll take some calls here. If you have a call if you, for advice, if you need advice, please call into the show tonight. It's Advice Monday, but also if you have any comments on things you heard me blab tonight, jump on in here. But I do want to talk a little bit about Trump being the greatest golfer of all time. Steve, what are the stats?
So over the weekend, Ken, our dear leader and president shot a 70 overall to secure his 45th club championship, this time at the Bedminster, his Bedminster Club Championship in New Jersey. Ken, yes, he not only shot a 70 and basically made fun of the rest of the people who participated because they practiced and he didn't. He also posted a video of him basically sticking a ball like 3 feet from the pin on 18. And it's a little comical because the video itself is, he takes his swing and I can't say for sure it's AI or that it's fake. I don't have the equipment, the tools, or the knowledge to be able to tell you that 100% with confidence.
Right.
But the fact that he takes a golf swing and there's like 14 golf carts in the vicinity around him, because obviously like this is one of the golf courses where people try to like take a shot at him. So he's just all
right. Oh,
he's
yeah.
just
a wall of agents.
It's like exactly. So that was pretty funny. And then he gets in the. But yeah, he's like, look at this, in between tweets about like literally destroying Iran. He's like, oh, here's the shot that won the golf tournament this weekend, by the way, and I'm more talented than everybody else.
Yeah, and it's not even as cool as now watch this drive, right?
No, because now here's the thing. People have said like, okay, Trump is like a good golfer, all things considered, especially for someone who's 82. He's a good golfer. He cheats all the time, and there's Rick Riley wrote a whole book about how much he cheats at golf. But for being 82, he's a pretty good golfer.
80.
To be 82,
he's 80. Let's get it right. He's 80. He's got 2 more years.
Whatever.
Yeah.
To be 80 and to shoot a 70 is insane. Like this is Kim Jong-un hitting 18 holes in one type shit. And we talked about this like a few months ago. I was like, Ken, once they start falsifying his golf scores, we've reached authoritarianism. We're here, dude. We've arrived.
Here's the thing. So 45 championships. Are they all at clubs he owns? Like we got Mandalorian Jedi says that. They're not all Mar-a-Lago, but they're all clubs he owns.
They're all clubs he owns, correct.
I want video footage of every hole. Giggity. And I want to know who he was playing against. What's the actual field? Is he playing against other 80-year-olds? I'm going to guess he might have a good chance of winning. Because I'm with you. I don't doubt that he's good. I think that's possible.
For how much he plays, I would hope so. But the caveats here are they don't mention, at least in the headlines, these are senior championships, right? Okay. So he is playing against other old people. And the funny part is, again, Rick Riley did this as part of his book where he talks about all these championships that Trump says he's won. He did the investigating and found that in some of these championships, Trump was the only person to enter the tournament. So he basically won and came in last place by default. So there's like there's literally 6 or 7 of those that count towards his record. And there are other ones where he has just flat out falsified his score. The best one was where he held a tournament at his Mar-a-Lago club. I'm sorry, in Doral in Miami. That's the one he owns in Miami. And he held a tournament there. And it was a scramble, right? So it's one of those things where they have like a team of golfers. It's like, 3 people in a group, and whoever's shot, you take, you take, all that kind of stuff, right? Scramble, best ball, whatever. And anyways, Trump's team won because of course they did. And he professed to have had the lowest individual score. And so when they were giving out the award to the team for winning the tournament, he was expecting to get his own trophy for the lowest individual score. So one of his aides had an attendant at the golf course grab a flower vase, run to the bathroom, pour out the water, and present Trump with the empty flower vase as an award for having scored the lowest individual score in the tournament.
Dark Ellipse, this is like Don Quixote, the mini golf windmill. That is beautiful, Dark Ellipse. Yeah, it is. Yes, this is the stuff I want. And this is this sums it all. You're so right to bring up the golf course a while ago. This sums it all up. And there's people dying because of this man. And I know every president has blood on their hands. Trust me, I'm reading that book, Reign of Terror, and I'm in the middle of the 2000s reading some things of both administrations causing some problem. problems. I get that. I get the history of that. But this is everything in a nutshell. This guy is that dude you all know that just keeps bragging, that keeps creating the stories, has the girlfriend in Canada, that kind of vibe. But it's to the nth degree. It is sociopathic, and so down to the golf tournaments, he's lying. Everything, not only that he touches dies, everything about him is just a made up lie constantly.
Yeah. Yes.
Constantly.
From the golf to the reflecting pool that we talked a little bit about, like it's his world. We're all just living in it, and it is very much the guy that tells the story over and over again, or the guy that always one ups you, or is always has to win everything. Yeah. But it would be different if he was 20 years younger.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that he's 80 and still doing this, and we're all listening to him, it's like someone should have put Grandpa in a home by now. Like we're beyond that. Like
yeah.
Who's running the country? That's what I'm concerned about. I don't really know.
We got a list of names, potential candidates. Yeah, so that transitions a little bit into the reflecting pool thing. They dropped the charges against that man. What's his name? David Heath, I think was his name. Anyways, the military veteran who is sticking his hand in the pool just to be like, what's all this green stuff? Arrested, charged, looked at big time. You all know the story. Charges dropped. Gene Pirro, Fox News correspondent turned head of the DOJ, right? Attorney General. Right? Is she Attorney General?
Or DC. DC. She's the
DC.
Federal. Yeah, she's the top
because of Blanchard. Todd Blanchard's coming in
the
as
AG.
Yep. She says we didn't have any evidence, basically. And this was a botched construction job, or
right.
a contractor job. And then even today, I'm watching footage of the Orange Fear sitting there. He is like, put Grandpa to bed. Not surprising. Yeah. None of this is surprising to us. But he just, and he says at one point, well, we have video footage, we have tape, we have, cameras. Okay, we've got to see that. Come on. Like, and we know that's not going to happen because we know it doesn't exist. And to watch him just sit here ramble for 5 minutes about people showing up with box cutters to slice this is almost impressive. Much like they're eating the cats and eating the dogs. That this continues just to happen, and he gets more and more power. It seems.
Janine Pirro herself said this was a stone cold Loctite case. Like when they announced the charges, like as if this was going to be the layup of all layups. Like this dude and the guy who threw the Subway sandwich should run for office together. That's what I think. They would win local office in DC.
Absolutely. And we all should remember to throw sandwiches at your local fascists. So anyways, that's going on. That was on my mind today. But congratulations to Donald Trump, the most storied golfer in club history. All clubs, all the time. Let's take some calls here. We've got Jared the Time Pilot. But, we got Shawnee checking in from out there in New York City. Well, adjacent to New York City. Let's see if he doesn't call in as much anymore. He's got life going on. Not that Jared doesn't. Jared's got a lot of life going. In fact, Jared hasn't been here for the last couple of Mondays, and I've been sad about that. But Sean, checking in. Shawnee, are you there? How you doing? Sean?
Good evening.
There you are. There you are. You're all systems are go. Uh-oh. We got a...
You sounded so good, too.
You sounded so good, too.
How are you, lads?
Hey, are you there? You're on a maybe we're on a
30-second delay.
30-second delay. But what's on your mind tonight, Sean?
Spider-Man, an incredible movie.
Okay. I love this. What's your big takeaway from it? Why did you love it?
You guys were getting into it earlier. Just with New York and how hard we can be, and there's that underlying what's that little bit? The evolution of the spider, as it were.
Oh, ooh, Steve,
ever evolving.
Yeah,
and it's kind of an interesting bit, man. They're packing a lot into these MCU movies as far as Spider-Man's concerned. I mean, I can track the MCU throughout my kid's life. We had Iron Man, and then we had my daughter.
Right.
I see that complete evolution right there. And it's ever evolving. But going back to Mr. Parker, he is definitely Queens' hometown hero.
So Steve, I was going to ask you. You feel that this is also a big superhero movie, but is this also a New York picture?
Yes. Oh, 100%. I mean, I'm not. I have New Yorkers in my family. I'm not a New York guy myself, but I could see this as because it was a grounded story in that it takes place in New York. I think the whole movie's in New York. And so, yeah, like very much like I thought Spider-Man 2 did a really good job of that, of being like a New Yorker kind of movie. And so it kind of had some of that vibe a little bit to it. Nothing quite like the train scene, like, hey, he's a hero or nothing like, it wasn't like that. But it it definitely has the flavor to it. And I'm sure if you're in New York, I totally see where Sean's coming from.
Yeah.
The one bit that you see with the tank in the trailers, I kind of know that street, but it goes on for way too many streets.
That's amazing. So our official movie review from Shawnee is 5 out of 5 spider webs. Is that what we're hearing?
Absolute love for Mr. Parker and everybody from Forest Hills.
Love that. I love that. And I love that you took some big lessons, but also the local neighborhood lessons from Spidey.
I'm always learning from Spider-Man. I mean, he came out in '63.
You didn't come out in '63.
My old man grew up with him.
Okay, yeah, there you go. See,
the lessons my dad learned from Spider-Man is what I learned from my dad, which is what I'm now teaching my son.
Look at that.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Love that. See, all this stuff has meanings. Sean, it's first of all, this is great stuff. I appreciate your takes on Spider-Man, but also, my whole life I wanted to do an AM radio talk show, and I know that couldn't be complete unless I had someone that sounded like you from New York. Could you call George Steinbrenner a bum just to me live out my dreams?
George Steinbrenner definitely is a bum.
There you go. That's a talk radio call right there. That's a talk radio call.
Next time, call in and just say the Jets suck or something, or complain about Jackson Dart or something. Just nothing would make me happier than just a New York sports zinger every time you shine off.
Producer Steve, this is where I fail. Okay, you got any sports zingers? You just text them to me. I'll say them when you need me to.
I'll put it when I see you in the green room. I'll put them in the private chat for you. I'll feed them to you.
Oh, love it, Sean. Thanks for checking in today. Always good to hear your voice, buddy. We gotta let that's
Irish goodbye. He just said I'm out. He's gone. That's how it is.
Goodbye.
He's Irish goodbye.
I couldn't figure out the time delay.
Yeah,
it was varied. It was impressive.
I don't think it was a time delay. I think Sean just communicates how we're actually all taught to, where he takes a half a second to ingest and listen to what it is we actually said.
There you go.
Take another half a second to formulate a response. Make sure he's not saying anything incredibly stupid, and then he speaks. Unlike us, where I don't know what I'm saying until I'm halfway through the sentence, and I'm like, "Holy shit, Steve, land the plane."
Same. I mean, I don't. Yeah, I'm with you. I do that too. That's why the show's called The Blathering. Like, what the hell? If you want to call in, if you need some advice, and if it's Advice Monday, you don't even have to call in for that. You could ask it here in chat, and we'll go ahead and take it here and try to give you the best advice we possibly can. And by the way, it could be something as silly and simple, but you need the big advice. You go ahead and give us a call about the big advice. We'll handle it all. We're not experts. We're not trained health professionals or anything like that, but either is RFK Jr. So we'll come on in here and we'll give the advice you need. We got a voicemail coming up, and then we're going to take a call from Jared. So let's hear this voicemail because we'll kind of wrap up our political talks for the day, unless you all want to call in and talk politics.
All right, well, let's get this ready. I've got Ken. We've got an important voicemail today, and yes, it does have to do with politics.
Okay.
If you remember last week, our good friend and Senator Mitch McConnell called in to tell us about his condition, and we had the Mitch Watch clock last week.
Right.
Today is August 3rd,
and
as I know it, Mitch is still part of this world, and so he left a voicemail to let us know all about it. So here we go.
Here's the proof right here.
What up, players? This is Mitchy Mitch, a.k.a. the notorious MMC. I'm very disappointed that you both seem to believe that I'm on the verge of death. In the words of the great Muhammad Ali, I've wrestled alligators. I've tussled with whales. I've handcuffed lightning and thrown thunder in jail. My name is Mitchell McConnell. The ladies call me Mitch. I'm a compassionate man, but I'm nobody's bitch. I mean, do you guys want me to do some sort of X Games decathlon, rock climbing, motocross, maybe pull off a 720 on the half pipe? Do I need to go on a point break style run of robbing banks and grinding killer waves with Chuck Grassley and Rand Paul? Let me know. Anyway, you guys have got me all riled up. I'm going to go smoke a joint and mellow out. Deuces, y'all. What up?
Look, I got to say right there, that's the best use of AI in the world, and I don't care how many forests that burned down. We needed to hear that. We needed to hear that.
We killed at least, I don't know, like at least a family of bears or beavers or something by ruining the habitat that generated that. But my God, was it worth it?
It is what it is. Mitch is
Oh
alive. There's the proof right there.
Alive. He is.
Mitch,
he's alive and kicking. He's ready to do an X Games decathlon. So I would look, man. I'm for. You want to fundraise, Mitch? That's the way to do it. You don't need to take people's money. Like, oh man. See, if you just went and talked like that, Mitch, in Congress and in front of the people, you know, you might get across a little bit more. But
yeah, I think that's all we need is a little vertical video of him saying something like that, and we'd all buy it. We'd all believe it.
Yeah.
We're here. So is the deadline tonight? He has until midnight tonight Eastern.
I thought it was midnight last night.
I thought it was last night. Yeah.
And Andy Bashir came out today and said, "Y'all are all wrong. None of that matters. I'm the governor. I can do what I want." And so everyone was like, "All right, well, do something."
Do something.
So and he hasn't done anything because he's not going to because you know Democrats don't have to fine.
Yeah, the strategy of he's not there to vote. As long as he's not there to vote, we're okay. It's an empty spot, whatever, blah blah blah. But I gotta be honest. I'm dying to know. I think about this daily.
Mitch.
Yeah. So Mitch, thank you. That's almost wordplay on your hand.
You laughed, so I get away.
I did. Yeah, I'm really honestly so curious. I do want the answer. It's something I think about daily.
The Republicans are even talking about Mitch's auto pen because he is not able to. So it's like we've come full like. Dude, if anything, we need to bring shame back. That is what I want to see a Democratic candidate run on. I'm going to bring back shame. I'm going to find ways to embarrass you fuckers again, so that like you have some self-preservation about not just lying your ass off all the time. Like we have to bring shame and consequences. Just run on that. The hell with affordability and borders.
I agree. I absolutely agree with that. Cheers to Kenneth Burke watching on Facebook. That's right. You can watch live on Facebook. You can also watch live on Twitch. Usually, we have our buddy Jedi Gothic there. All right, so we've got some a call from Jared in a second here. Got a couple super chats I want to get to here. James, this is James Holmes, member for 21 months, using his membership abilities there to ask or say, Odyssey and BND were packed. Is cinema back? No, I don't think so. I think we are in a situation where there's Jedi Gothic, where kind of what we're talking about earlier, Steve, that we got Spider-Man's an all-time character, good word of mouth, which means it's a good picture. I think that's a hard. But watch the second week. We'll see. Now, even a drop-off from this week's still going to be great. This might be.
When you make $1 bajillion, there's going to be a drop.
Yeah, exactly. And this might be a $1 billion movie, which we haven't had, I think, in a bit in the kind of the big IP world. But same with Odyssey. Odyssey, much like Barbenheimer, was a kind of Barbenheimer was once in a lifetime. Those two films, and just the culture took over and turned it into a meme. But I think Odyssey is it's an event, and if you make those big event pictures with the right people behind it, maybe that will keep cinema going. But it's not sustainable in the sense of this isn't going to dominate for 13 weeks like it might have in 1999, like Titanic did in 98 into 99. That was Titanic's world we were all living in. And a little Saving Private Ryan. But you know what I mean? So I don't think cinema is back, but it will be back on a case-by-case basis. This will happen again with another project.
Yes, it will. I think the movie theater world post-COVID has moved into an event-driven. And unless you're a movie nerd or you're big into a certain genre like horror or rom-coms or whatever, the event movies are what's going to draw people to the movie theater differently than it used to, just because the movies don't hold the same. Going to the movie theater doesn't hold the same cultural cachet as it did. But these big events are still the water cooler type moments that give people FOMO. And FOMO is one of the only things FOMO is one of the only currencies that is actually still good in our instant gratification kind of world.
Yeah. Why, Steve?
And so
Why?
I think that's a big part.
Why? Because
we're all
it's shame.
insecure.
No, because it's shame. It's personal shame. you're missing out.
Right.
You feel bad.
Right. So how do we bottle that into the wider shame? We need to expand on this into wider shame.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's
shame.
big. I think that's a big part of it.
Ethan says, do you think Doomsday will do as well as BND?
If you had to ask me right now, gun to my head, I'd say no.
I'd say yes. I'd say because of BND. I think there might be a little bit of church because again, it is general word of mouth. General word of mouth. So even if I was to tell you, hey, Thunderbolts is good, you're going to be like, who?
Yeah.
And I think B&D, I just sound so cool saying it that way. B&D will get people thinking about the bigger names again that are going to be in Doomsday. Will it make as much money? I don't know, but I think you'll have the same feel. I think it will dominate the weekend, obviously, but I don't think it will do it in a way that's kind of old school.
Well, okay, yes. Two points I want to make. The first point is inflation is a bitch, and so that's kind of where we're at here with Brand New Day, and that yes, it made more money, but like something like 15 million less tickets than Endgame.
Yeah.
So you can have your caveats all you want, but that's just the world we live in now. I just personally, my own personal opinion, and I might be wrong, is that I just think Spider-Man is bigger and more recognizable than the Avengers as a thing.
I could agree with that.
I think the team up, and I think the team up movie and idea thing kind of had its moment. I think that peaked with Endgame. I think we had the payoff, and I think trying to replicate that and trying to go back to that well isn't necessarily the move. And that's why they've done another Avengers movie so quote unquote soon, or with not the same amount of buildup that we had to the Infinity Saga. Because we've scratched that itch. You know what I mean? We're never going to scratch the itch of a good Spider-Man movie or of like a good Batman movie. Like that's going to be kind of an evergreen thing as long as it's not saturated.
Okay.
With the Avengers thing, the magic of that first phase was that was the first time that was happening.
Yeah, I agree.
And so how they do that as these things go on is one thing. So like I said, if you had to ask me right now, I think Brand New Day, just because Spider-Man has that universal appeal that other people don't. I think Doomsday might have some people scared to go see it because they're like, well, I didn't see all this. I haven't seen anything since Endgame or since Spider-Man this summer. Am I going to be up to speed or whatever, stuff like that?
Could be. Yeah, right. Could be. But I think it's building up enough momentum that it won't be, it won't be a failure. That word.
No, oh God, no! It's gonna make $1 billion easy. No, I'm just saying if we're gonna measure them like minutely, I would just give that edge to Spider-Man.
A couple more things. Sorry, I'm making Jared wait the longest. Jared's like, come on over here. I want to shout out our buddy Outlaw Adam Knight in chat. I will be on his YouTube channel, so subscribe right there. Click that link on his name. And I'll be there this Wednesday, 2 p.m. Pacific live. We'll be chatting for about an hour about life, universe, and everything. Adam had come over to my show at one point, and now I'm going to be over on his again. It'll be a lot of fun, so check out that. Laserbolt says something. I thought about this today. I'm at 99 subs at the time of going live. 99 subs from 5,000. And Laserbolt says, let's get Ken to 5K subs. Shame on you if you're not subscribed. I want to phrase it nicely. I want to be like, hey, if you're watching, consider subscribing to the channel. But maybe, like Steve said earlier, I just need to shave everybody. Maybe that's what it is.
What the hell are you doing, folks? It's one button click. take care of your boy.
Shawnee did use a nice, generous super chat to ask this question. Best West Coast airport to fly into. I'm trying to think. I don't have all the samples in my belt there. I haven't flown into Oregon. So I don't know.
Portland's nice.
You've flown
into
Portland?
About Portland? Yeah, I've flown to Portland. They sell sweaters of the Portland airport carpet design in the gift shop.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah,
I've been to Oregon. Haven't flown to
Portland.
Oregon. I think this is a great question. I'm going with the big ones. My Airbnb at Comic-Con was underneath the flight path of San Diego Airport, but I've not been there. Literally could look up and see the pilots waving back at me as they landed. LAX, San Francisco, been to that one. Obviously been to LAX. Portland, Seattle. I'll put Salt Lake City, Vegas. What else am I missing on that West Coast big? Phoenix?
Phoenix is a good one. Phoenix is an efficient one. Phoenix is a big airport, and I feel like I've always had good luck going in and out of Phoenix. Whereas like LAX, I've had issues.
Right.
San Diego, I've had issues. Seattle's a surprisingly small airport.
It's west only because the Rockies play in the National League West, right? The Denver airport, which I finally got into.
That counts.
Found the Illuminati. So the answer
is the Vegas airport. No, the answer is Vegas.
Okay.
The answer is Vegas.
Burbank, I would answer Burbank, except for in the spirit of the question, I'm almost not counting Burbank because I want it. It's not that I don't know the other smaller regional airports, right? Like I don't know. Like so I feel that's almost a different category. Burbank, yeah, because it's just so easy. Like
best.
You could be but it's bad. It's best in that way. Like your flight could be at 5:50, and I'll be at my house at 5:30, being like, right, I guess it's time to go. And
that's you live close to it, so that's one thing.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking of it as I'm not evaluating it in that way. I'm evaluating it as I have to fly in or out of there as a guest or a traveler or as a tourist or something like that. You know what I mean?
You and I are on the same page.
Yeah,
that's why I'm not counting Burbank in it.
Yeah.
My answer might be Seattle. Might be Seattle, only because I get excited when I'm going up there. And it's very pretty. It's usually cold when I get there. A lot of times going in the winter with Mark Ellis. Also, Uncle Mark always rents a car, and it's kind of fun to get on the little tram and get over to the rental car place. I'm like a kid in a candy shop. Vegas, I've only flown into once. The only thing I remember is a very kind of confusing and intimidating like train system. Little, to get around. Tram more than a train.
Yeah. Pittsburgh was
the
one. Pittsburgh is the tram system that scares me the most of Pittsburgh and Dulles, because Dulles puts you in like the giant little people movers that go out on the tarmac, and I'm worried we're going to get hit by a 747.
I agree.
But Vegas is the best airport, Ken, because I can rip slots in between. Because I can sit there and rip heaters and slots in between flights. That's why.
Yeah. Okay.
If I want to be degenerate, have a Bloody Mary, smoke a cigarette, and just rip slots for an hour, I can do that.
I'll tell you what. The one time I've flown to Vegas twice. Then but both times, there was because I love that sound of the slot machines. Oh God, I love it.
Ding ding.
Oh, ding 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 ding. Oh my God, when I first get to the casino floor, it just. I breathe it in. Just on the wheel of fortune. And you can hear that at the airport. So I don't disagree with you at that. That's what makes it number one for you. Agree with that. Denver was, I was happy to be, I just was transferring flights there. So I didn't spend a ton of time there. And it was huge, as big as advertised. And I almost didn't kind of make my connecting flight because I had to walk 2 miles to get to the next gate.
Right.
That was a problem. Right. Seattle, little big but small. Salt Lake was pretty to look at, had great enchiladas. Phoenix is an underrated one, though. Yes. It's small enough that the time that Ruvalcaba and I got stranded there, nothing was open to eat. It was like we're all shut down, sleep on a bench. So there was that issue. But yeah, okay. I think I'm gonna go Seattle. You're gonna go Vegas.
Yeah, I'm going Vegas, dude. The smoking lounge at I think the A terminal in Vegas is a vibe. Like it's just absolutely, because especially if you go there, like if you have like a 6-7 a.m. flight out of Vegas, or maybe not 6, but like 7 or so flight out of Vegas, like one of those really early flights where you get on the plane, and as you're sitting there, the plane just begins to smell more and more like sweat and vodka as it fills up because everybody's hungover and going back. So that smoking lounge right before the gate terminal, like where all the gates are, it's like right after security. It's like, all right, if you need to smoke a cigarette, go in here. But you hang out in there. It's hazy. It smells like the casino. There's slot machines. People are just like hungover as hell. You bring a Bloody Mary in there. It's just we're all on the same page, man. Like no one's yelling at each other and running past each other like other airports. Like at the Vegas airport, especially in the morning, everyone's like, we get it. Like we all have a headache. Just shut the hell up.
Yeah, you either got to get out of town or you got some.
Right.
Will McLean did ask earlier, does Burbank still have Flavor Town? Yes, the Burbank airport is going through a big remodel. It's going to be a little bigger and maybe not as easy to navigate. But I do believe Flavor Town is still there. So there you go.
How many airports does the greater Los Angeles area have? Good God. Like Burbank, LAX, Orange County.
Burbank, LAX, John Wayne, Orange County, Long Beach, Van Nuys. And there's also Whitman Airport here, but that's a tiny one. That's not even like you and I couldn't fly out of there. You'd have to buy a Cessna.
I
to
could fly out of
that
there.
one.
I could steal if there was keys to a Cessna, I could fly us out of there.
You're
I don't know if I
gonna
could
get us
land, but I could.
But doesn't matter.
I've played
'cause-
enough Microsoft Flight Simulator. I could get us in here.
This is why you watch Laserbolt's Friday Night Flights, which,
Yeah,
by the way,
right.
thanks to those from the Blathering community that showed up, I posted in a Discord, said, let's watch the Friday Night Flights. I watched for off and on. I left it on the entire time. I had to leave, and I just left it on, so there was a view going in, but absolutely. So I think if you steal that plane and you get that bird up in the air, all you have to do is just Discord Laserbolt, and he'll help you land the plane. You're solid.
We're gonna do this. We're gonna do a stream for this where I am in a plane. I'm gonna take the controls midair of a big airplane of some kind, and Laserbolt is. We're gonna redo the movie Airplane, but Laserbolt's gonna be my ATC, and we're gonna figure this out. So it's just a matter of time.
Also, Ontario Airport. I said Whitman, but then also Santa Monica Airport. We have a ton.
Didn't Harrison Ford crash on a golf course?
He did. But Burbank's my favorite. But I actually don't dislike LAX as much as other people. It could be wrong time of the day. It's horrendous. I don't drive friends to the LAX airport. No. But
I've only had delay once at LAX. I've been there 3 or 4 times. I think only one time I was there longer than I was supposed to be.
Scarlet Wolf asks, are John Wayne Airport and Burbank Airport the same thing? Absolutely. No, absolutely not. Burbank Hollywood Airport is what they call. But John Wayne is Orange County. Big airport. Down there. I haven't flown out of that one yet. David asks, are we going to do a stream where Steve steals a plane? Damn right we are.
Sort of. Yeah.
We're going to trade it. Jedi Gotham becoming a new member here on YouTube. Appreciate that. You get to call into the show with that. Great question. Sean got us talking about something there. We're going to talk about the NFL and fake football starting here at the NFL. Practice football, actually, more like it. But all right, we've waited long enough. Let's bring our friend Jared, the TIE pilot, who led us through a great D&D campaign session 1 on Friday night. It's Advice Monday. Does he need advice? Does he just want to ask us a dangerous question? Or is he just here to say hello? Jared, hi. How are you?
I am good, gentlemen. How are we?
We're good, my friend. How are you?
I'm doing okay. I have 2 things. I need some advice.
Okay.
But I also
Excellent.
just wanted to let you know your precious buzzballs are about to have some stiff competition out there in the world.
Okay, you sent something here in the DM. What is this? Steve, can you investigate Drink
I'm on it.
LYTT? Drink Light?
Yep.
I'm on it.
I literally, so my one of my beer reps came in today who's
Are you 21? Dumbest question on the internet. Are you 21? Yes or no? I mean, come on.
but
Okay.
he let me know his distributing is going to be it's by the same company that does Sam Adams, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a buzzball style beverage, but they've done a genius marketing thing. Steve, are you able to bring up an image?
Oh, here we go. Oh,
Look at
got
that.
the
They're
website.
light bulbs, people.
Oh, it's a light bulb. It is a light bulb. Look at that.
Okay, so hold on. Is it get light or
Wow.
is it get lit?
Is it get
Lit.
lit?
Lit.
Yeah.
It's lit.
And it's
crazy. Do
also-
the kids still say lit? I don't think the kids say lit anymore.
Yeah. It's also stronger than Buzzball, I believe.
15%. What is the buzzball there?
I think Buzzball's 10 or
Buzzball.
11.
Okay.
All
All right.
But
twist
and
on,
they
turn
also
on.
they glow in the dark.
We're here to electrify the moment with a drink that goes with you, no matter where your adventure leads, even in the car.
You say when you say they glow in the dark, the liquid glows in the dark, or
No,
the
the
bottle? It looks like the
packaging
bottle.
glows in the dark.
Okay.
I
Brady's
hope
right.
the liquid doesn't glow in the dark.
Brady is right. This is a drink for millennials who still say lit. This is get lit. I think this is genius. Jared, use your connections to make them an official sponsor of the show. I will take alcohol as a sponsor.
Now available in New York, Kentucky, Michigan, and Minnesota. Okay.
Oh, come on. Come on. We got to get this out here.
Lit locator. Okay, here we go. Lit
Lit
locator.
locator.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're
okay.
yeah, we're about to get it in Massachusetts. They had
Okay.
the salesman had their meeting
Mhm.
last
Mhm.
week about it, and they got to
But,
try
this
it.
is good, Ken. We get in
So-
on the ground floor.
Yes,
Get
yes.
in now. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Like you could be one of their ambassador influencers.
I'm telling
Yeah.
you, if I don't know if they're on the stock exchange or what, but
Yeah,
I feel like this is going to be huge for about a month. So get in now, cheap, and sell quick.
Okay.
Before,
All right.
well,
But
the
I-
good news is the Trump administration is not going to ban these like Four Locos or anything like that. You know what I mean?
No.
They're not going to give a shit.
No.
they'll be
So So the lit locator. I just okay. It's
I love
illegal
how
in
you
46
both are
states.
loving this.
I love this. I want this because look, I'm all
It's
for the
genius marketing.
What are the flavors, Steve? What do we got for
Here we go.
flavors?
Strawberry Rita, peach mango,
I'm in.
tropical punch,
Definitely.
grape, and Long Island iced tea. I love grape.
Oh.
I'm
a big grape guy
Oh.
too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Love this. Okay. How
It looks
drunk do
so
you have to
yummy.
get to try to change your light bulb out with one of these?
Based off how many lits does it take you to not be able to successfully install a light bulb?
Yeah. All right, I'm all in.
Well, I mean,
18% alcohol
it's-
by volume.
I was gonna say it's basically the equivalent to wine.
yeah. Yeah, but
It's probably
wine
is
isn't
it
as
orange
fun.
wine? Just like is it made of orange wine? Like
I am
those
honestly
are?
not sure.
Okay. Contact us. We got to contact them and be like, look, let's help you get this to California. But it's in Texas. So if you're in Texas, have one. Just know that if you smoke a doobie, you're a felon. There you go. Okay. Yeah, I'm here too.
All right, I'm gonna save this tab, Ken. I'm gonna fill out this contact form and say, hey, I'm the producer of a YouTube show. We would like to get a partnership thing started.
A
I'm just gonna see
very
what happens.
popular YouTube
Yeah,
show with
yeah, exactly.
with a guy who
Have
was
you ever heard of
popular
movie
on the
fights?
internet. Yeah, 12 years ago.
10 years ago.
Today, what's today's the 3rd? Yeah, today. Oh God, it's already August 3rd. My month is fucked. Today is the 12-year anniversary of the start of Jedi Alliance with me and Maud Garrett. 12 years ago, we started Jedi Alliance.
And also,
Wow.
Steve, it's been 18 years since Iron Man. We're getting old quick. It is almost 20 years
God,
of the MCU.
18. That's crazy.
I remember.
crazy. Okay.
I don't know if it was the same year, but I remember going to see Iron Man with my friend's dad, who was the same friend's dad we saw the 40-year-old version with. I don't know if it was the same like month or weekend, but it was close. They were
40
around,
version
they were
was
around each other.
05. Iron Man would 08.
Oh, okay. It was 08.
08
Yeah, okay.
for
So,
08.
all right.
Same
So it
era,
wasn't the
same
same
era.
year.
All
But it
right.
was the same people, though. It was a good time.
Jared, this is great. I appreciate this information. Now we'll reset the screen here, and you will ask us any your advice. You need some advice? I'm here for you.
Yes, I do. It's
I'm
for
awesome.
BS reasons and shenanigans. I have to go car shopping this week. Need new
Uh-oh.
wheels.
Ooh,
So
fun.
trust me, I'm not excited about it on any fucking level. But
Okay.
the question is now,
Uh-huh.
what does a TIE pilot purchase? Because unfortunately, the TIE Phantom is not available for civilian purchase yet.
What
You couldn't afford it anyway.
what did you have before?
I had a Kia, so I had what's called a Kia Niro. It was one of their it's one of their big hybrid models that they also offer now in electric.
Okay. I immediately was going to the this one right here. I kind of remembered that's what you had. Jesus, how many tabs? How many things? Well, I was going to recommend the Kia Soul, but apparently the picture I'm saving went to nowhere. I saved a picture. Where's the goddamn picture? All right, Kia Soul. I think that's what you need.
See, my mother had one back in the day. I was not a fan. You know what I actually had instead when it came time for those toaster vehicles that got really popular?
Mm-hmm.
I had the Nissan Cube, which they built
Yeah, I
for a
remember
while.
those.
Yep, I had one of those.
All right, so we're crowdsourcing this here.
Yeah. Well, I've got a few ideas that I want to swing by you.
Scarlett
So,
Wolf
again-
says third Hyundai Elantra. She's on it. She loves them. So that's
A
one for
Hyundai
that.
Elantra actually saved my life once when I was a kid. I had an
Okay.
Elantra. I missed the deer, wrapped around the telephone pole, walked away without a scratch.
All right. I'm worried about you. Detective Acarsla says I'm a sucker for a Subaru. So there you go, Jared. A lesbian saved your life. And 100% Toyota, says Inghevia. Okay, so, all right. So what do you got?
So I'm actually going to make our detective very happy. I found a Subaru that is reasonably priced out here. And it's actually one of those fancy WRX vroom vroomy ones.
Really? Okay.
Yep, one of those manual transmission. So good theft proof.
Really? Manual transmission.
It's funny, guys. We have the technology.
Yeah,
but I miss driving a stick, Steve. I grew up
What-
driving a stick.
Okay.
I miss driving stick.
All right, Jared. I know where you're going
So
about
get
driving
paddle
a stick.
shifters and do that whenever you want.
I don't like
Okay,
the flappy
never mind.
paddles. I'm not a fan of flappy
He
paddles.
does not like flappy paddles. Okay.
Nope. Then I found another stick shift, a Jeep Renegade,
Okay.
one of their smaller ones, and then of course another Nissan. I mean, Kia Niro, not Nissan. Kia Niro.
Kia
because
Niro, I don't even know.
It gets like 60 miles to the gallon,
Okay.
and of course the other two are going to get like 20. But you know,
So could you look? Here's what I want you to do, man. If you're going to look at a Subaru, if you're not going to get a Subaru Brat, then what are we even doing here?
a
Go
Subaru
back.
what?
A
Oh,
Subaru
Outback.
Brat. No, a Subaru Brat.
What the hell is
The
a
I'm on it.
legendary
I'm
Subaru
on it.
Brat
I
with,
have-
with this
what?
with
That
the
is- actually,
chairs
I
in the
would-
back.
I would yes. Know what that actually reminds me of, which I don't think they make anymore. Do you remember the Subaru Baja?
No, but it must have been
BAJA.
Okay.
BAJA. Look that
I'm on
up.
it. I'm on
BAJA
it.
sounds like a sexual situation. The Subaru Brat was a mid-'80s classic because we had the Subaru station wagon, and I thought when I was going to grow up, I was going to get a Subaru Brat because those chairs
I
in the back-
remember the Volvo that had the chairs that faced backwards all the way in the back. My uncle and aunt had one.
Okay.
Oh, yep. There's the Baja.
Oh, there's so the Baja was an updated Subaru Brat without the chairs.
Without
in
the
back.
chairs, yeah.
Yeah. But see, yeah, if you were to track down a classic vintage Brat, I think that would fit your personality, Jared. I think you could take it out to the lake, smoke some doobies in the back on those chairs while listening to Freebird. I think you could do this. You could make this work.
Probably Frank Sinatra over Freebird.
Okay, that works too.
There's a Subaru Brat available on Auto Trader for 23 grand, Jared. 1985 Subaru Brat.
That's
Oh,
got.
Oh, wow. That's
Look at that one. For the audio listeners, it is a light gray with a red racing stripe down the side and go up the back there, and it's got the roll bars in the
Got the
back.
roll bars.
and the bars
oh,
on the
that
bumper.
looks.
Those look like the original seats too.
Yes, come on,
What
Jared.
what
Come
state
on.
is this in? Where are we looking here? Is this
Make
Virginia?
the deal. Make
This is
the
in,
deal.
no, Paulina,
Washington?
Washington. So yeah, it's a
Okay.
little far away.
You
It's
have to
literally
road
the
trip.
other side of the
I
country.
wonder if they deliver.
Ken, can you help a brother out?
Yeah. Okay. Let's do this. Let's make
Ken,
this a
tell you what.
blathering
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll buy it. You drive it to me. You
Okay.
get to have a fun cross country adventure with the
There
Brat.
we go. There we go. And when that thing breaks down in Wyoming, I'll have a good time. But you got to get a Brat. I think you need to find a Brat listed locally. 1985 Subaru Brat GL. Come on, it's a classic.
That is the only one that's on Auto Trader.
It's the only
There's
one.
literally not another one. I can't
Stream
find
it
another
all,
one.
says Narcolepsy. Yes, absolutely. Oh, okay, Jared. So when you Laser Bolt's right, it looks like a poor man's El Camino. Yeah.
Ooh, the El
it was-
Camino was always a fun
Oh,
looking
there's a
car.
few on auction. Oh, here's a sexy one on auction for 50.
Oh.
Oh, look at this thing. Oh my God, this is hot. Look at that.
Oh,
Royal
that
blue,
blue.
Hot.
Look at that
Royal blue.
interior.
Hot.
The interior matching.
white
They said
stripes.
I want to make my Brat look like a Shelby, but
Yes.
it's a Brat.
Oh, come on. Look at those seats. Look at those seats. I wonder if you
Oh,
can.
I
the,
I love that interior.
what is
I
it?
love it. Perfect.
How would you describe
Absolutely.
the interior?
It's plaid. It's blue plaid.
Blue
William
They went
Wallace
plaid.
Tutton is how I would describe it.
Okay.
William Wallace Blue.
William
That is how
Wallace
that-
Blue.
That is the
Okay.
interior of that whole car.
Jared, you called in asking for advice, and we gave you some of the best advice ever found.
You really did.
Get the Subaru
The
I
Brat.
spare
love you
trunk
guys.
is in the. Wait a minute. The spare tire is in the same compartment as the engine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man, 'cause
engines were a lot smaller
Hell?
back in the
Yeah.
day. It was a transmission
wild.
and pistons. That was it. There was no
Right.
computer
Wild.
back in the day.
Rad says,
Same,
"Yo,
I guess.
I thought you couldn't show porn on YouTube." Yeah, this is sexy. Okay, go back to the interior shot for the audio listeners. I'll describe it. Scroll down there. Look at that. Look at that dashboard. Is that a little faux leather or faux wood? What is that?
Oh, that's just straight.
That looks like
oh,
faux wood.
faux wood.
That
Faux
looks
wood.
like that's faux wood for sure.
Faux wood. Oh, come on. Love that.
It's great. That's hot.
Oh, look at that. Look at
Narcolepsy
that.
says it shoots bolts of lightning from its arse. So look, Jared, we have got the answer for you. You just got to find one local to you. If not you, Detective McCarcel should get one of these as a celebratory vehicle when he completes his education. I think I could see.
Trade in his new Subaru for the old one.
Yeah. I could see McCarcel in a sleeveless shirt calling into Force Center from one of these.
100%.
Yeah. Kyle Harlow says, the dash may be faux wood, but mine is real after seeing this car.
Actually, I can see this being towed behind Laserbolt's RV. He gets to his town, then he uses the Brat to drive around.
Yes, yes, absolutely. This absolutely is the kind of car that Laserbolt takes into the wilderness so that when he needs to go into town and pick up some ice or a can of lit, this is what he gets in. This is what he gets in.
Look, he even said it himself in chat. It's Lions colored.
Yes, absolutely.
It is.
Absolutely.
It is.
Okay.
Oh,
Jared,
God.
We've helped you.
Yes.
Have we not helped you?
I feel very helped here. I love you guys.
That's what we do. That's what we do. Thank you, Jared, for this, but also for the D&D on Friday night. We'll do it again this week. I'll stay in touch. If you're around Thursday, we might do it Thursday.
Hopefully, so far I am. So
okay.
Sounds
We're
good,
making
but
our
we'll stay in touch.
schedule here on the air. Thank you, Jared.
Exactly. All right. You guys stay safe.
Talk about some NFL. Brady's calling in. He wants to talk the Major League Baseball trade deadline. I have been obsessed. They're about 2-3 weeks old, Steve. But are you? Do you ever check in? I watch MLB Vault on YouTube a lot. Do you ever see an NFL Vault?
Yeah. NFL Network, all the replays and stuff like that. Yeah.
So they got a series that's basically every team's starting quarterback, and it's like a 10 to 15 minute video with some narration, just running you through the stories, and it's fascinating. I started with the Dolphin one, and it's fascinating. But my favorite part of it, so it will tell the whole story, right? Marino, David Woodley into Marino, blah, 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 blah. Then the highlight reel of Fiedler and Heward and that leading up to Tua. And then when the video kind of wraps up with the main story, then they just do a super cut of like all the quarterbacks, like the one guy who got the start, the strike, 87 strike quarterback. So that's been my favorite part, is to get the end of all the teams and just be like, oh my God, I forgot about, Nick Foley, or, name a quarterback from the 90s,
right.
Where you're like, holy shit, did Brock Osweiler started a game? Like, it's been my
Brock
absolute
Osweiler, like $50 million.
Yeah. Ty Detmer, all these things. So anyways, I highly recommend.
Ty Detmer. No, my favorite minuscule Dolphins quarterback is Pat White.
White was
so fun to watch in college.
Tragic story of Pat White.
Yeah.
He's a casualty of the Wildcat, for those that don't know.
Yes.
The Dolphins debut the Wildcat. They kick the Patriots' butt. The offensive kind of formation takes the league by storm. So the next year they draft Pat White, who was a college quarterback, but was maybe not the biggest, definitely fast. And they're like, this is it. He's going to be on our field, and we're going to have our starting quarterback, and then Pat White. Dude get one play, knocked out, done. His career basically over. Tragic tale.
Yeah, broken.
Tragic tale. Anyways, I absolutely recommend the quarterback series. If you're start with like Laserbolt, start with the Lions. You can start with the Eagles, and then you'll just find yourself watching every single team to be like, I need to know who started for the Vikings after Tommy Kramer left, and the answer is Wade Wilson, of course. Let's take this call from Brady, and then we'll talk about the NFL moving into training camp. It is official; it's begun. Pads are on. Brady, how you doing, my friend? You wanted to talk about age, but now you've switched to the Major League Baseball trade deadline.
This is the rise of a new empire.
Wow.
I forgot he's a Dodgers fan.
Brady has gone full capitalist and fascist with his love of the Dodgers. This is amazing.
This is what I'm saying to the fellow Dodgers fans: embrace being the villain, because everyone hates the team. This is the villain. This is the villain.
Yeah, do you feel, Brady, in some of the conversation about the trades and just the Dodgers last couple seasons? And again, I complained openly that if they beat the Blue Jays, baseball might have a problem. I have been there, but some of the conversation this week just made me think, I think people are kind of focusing on one part of the story, and the salary floor is a bigger part of it. But part of the conversation I saw online was, hey, just about 6 years ago, y'all were rooting for this team. You all were kind of rooting for Dave. I'm not talking about Dodger fans, but like baseball fans in general. Like, hey, we want to see Kersh get one, or we want, and they do during the pandemic season. And this is how it happens. Because Brady, 1996 Yankees, beloved. Everyone wanted the Yankees to win outside of Baltimore and Atlanta. Everyone was rooting for Joe Torre, his brother in the hospital, a young Derek Jeter, all these, they were Darryl Strawberry, Dwight Gooden on the comeback. And then by next season, murder them all. So how does that feel as a Dodger fan? You're on the murder phase.
Honestly, I don't mind it because your team is good. When your team is good and you're winning,
this is
what
true.
can you complain about?
This is, this is, I think, probably Steve's position on the tush push. I hate it because it can't be stopped by my team. It's kind of how it is.
Get good.
Look at Will McClain. Will McClain going hard in the paint, saying the Astros were the heroes the whole time.
What? No, God, no. God, that is one of the great sports travesties of our time, is that the Astros were not properly punished for that fiasco.
Yeah, they really weren't.
Ridiculous.
I don't feel you need to take the title from them. I think that's just too messy. But I think there needed to be something. But I know I contend this. I know the Red Sox got caught a little bit. I contend, and this was something that was told to me by a former major leaguer around that time. There's a lot of teams that should shut up about criticizing this because they know what they do. So I think that was part of why you saw Major League Baseball be like, slap on the wrist. Everyone, we're good here, right? We're good? Okay, cool. We're good. Don't forget, Bobby Thompson's called shot in 1951, most likely because of a sign stealing operation that was going on.
You should all have to wear trash bags. Every single one of those Astros players should have to wear trash bags at every at bat for the rest of their career, no matter where they play.
Wherever they go.
Wherever they go.
Absolutely.
Yep.
My favorite thing is on my ASMR channel early on, I did a video of getting revenge on Jose Altuve as a Yankee fan, and I cut up the card. And the amount of people who just showed up out of the woodwork on a channel back then that had like 200 subs. Now I'm like almost 3,600. Help me grow. But back then, and they were just like, "What are you ain't nothing. You ain't nothing, you loser. Astros forever." It was really fun to do.
And
All
now
right,
you
Brady.
understand the value of engagement, bait.
Look at the laser bolts ready for the NFL season. The Lions shut down the tush push 5 out of 7 times. They figured out how to do it. But Brady,
should I grab that Super Bowl ring from my shelf that year we played the Lions? Sorry.
Ouch,
All right,
babe.
sorry.
Ouch, babe. Brady. So here I am. I'm on the side of the Dodgers to a degree. I love watching Ohtani play. Not a problem there. But you understand the pressure now. You have to win. You have to win.
Yeah.
How do you like your chances?
In baseball, after all this, the Dodgers have 29% chance of winning it all.
It's insane. Just so you know, that's insane. To have a 29% chance to win a sports championship 3 months before this playoff start, that's insane.
Where are you getting that stat?
Fangraphs predictions.
Brady, are you betting?
No.
Brady, do you have a gambling problem?
No.
Okay. Have you considered
Series
drinking lit?
Dodgers are plus 140. That's stupid. The Dodgers are plus 140 to win the World Series. That's insane.
So
that means you could, if you bet $100, you would win $140.
That's yeah. Okay. That's how.
So the next one is the Yankees.
Safe the bet is.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. The next one is the Yankees at plus 550. So if you bet $100 on the Yankees to win the World Series, you'd win $550.
I don't think they have the heart this year.
Big change.
That's actually something that surprised me because when I was watching a bunch of streams and the Yankees streams were very upset with this deadline. But the Yankees
how good
have
do you say the
second
Rays
highest.
are? Brady, how good are the Rays? Should I put some money on the Rays? They're plus 1,400 to win the World Series. Should I put some money on the Rays?
Okay, so let's
I'll
check
put
the
$100 on the
standings
Rays
right now.
right now. That means still
Let's check the standings. American League East. Rays, 2.5 game lead over the Yanks. Central, the White Sox are leading. The fuck happened to that?
White Sox aren't even in the top 10.
There?
They're not even in the top 10 odds.
But Central collapsed.
But what? Okay, but like 3 years ago, they were like losing 150 games. Teams turn around, but that's on you, Twins, Guardians, Tigers, and Royals.
Yeah.
White Sox 59 and 52. American League West
teams you just stated.
Astros 58, but they're 58-55. Rangers 2.5 back. Okay, man. Mariners have a chance. Okay, it's all a mess there. We're not worried about the wild card. Let's go National League standings. Atlanta 67 wins, 8 games over the Phillies. Brewers winning big, 69 wins. Look at these Brewers, Dodgers, 69 wins. So the Brewers keeping pace with the Cubs. Wild card. How many wild cards now? 3 wild cards?
Yes.
So Phillies, Marlins.
Because there's a play-in.
Cubs.
Or a wild
Diamondbacks
card.
are all in the running. Padres as well. All right. So of all those teams, look, Brewers and Atlanta, I think at this point pose the biggest threat by record to the Dodgers. But I think if the Phillies get the Dodgers have some problems.
When you look at the betting odds for this, the discrepancy is insane. The Dodgers are plus 140. The Yankees are plus 550. The Brewers are third at plus 900. The Braves are fourth at plus 1,000. Everybody else is 1,400 or higher after that. Wow. Vegas thinks it is an absolute shoo-in that the Dodgers are going to win the World Series.
Wow. Yes, they do. Yankees, Red Sox, and Guardians probably.
The Red Sox are plus 1,800.
So here's what I want. I'm a Yankee fan, okay? All right. For first several years of Major League Baseball up into the 70s, we won 40% of the championships. So point being, I've had my fill. I don't need my Yankees to win anymore. I want Tampa Bay and their small ball bunting 19 times a game. I want them and the Dodgers in the World Series. Let's do it. This, like perhaps the smallest of the good teams versus the biggest. Brady, would you take that bet?
I'll take that. That's 2020 all over again.
Okay, that's right.
But,
yeah. Okay, it is.
Should I just put $100 on the Rays and this can just become a Rays show and we'll just root for the Rays between now and October?
I endorse.
I'll split it with you, Ken.
They're
right.
great. You put it back into the channel.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if we win, we'll win $1,400. So
let's do it. Let's absolutely do it.
Okay.
I'm absolutely on board for that. I think that would be what I want.
We're a Tampa Bay. Addy was gonna be so proud of us. We're a Tampa Bay Rays show now.
Small balls winning. We won over. I like this idea, and I forgot it is the 2020 rematch, huh? Okay. All right, Brady.
Yeah.
Do you feel old now?
I will call back on that.
Okay. All right.
But I will say the AL this year, the past 3 years, has been wide open for a while. And so that's probably why the Yankees have such good odds.
Is it parity or is it just all the teams are kind of so bad?
It's kind of more the latter. Like you just saw the AL Central just being like the top team is the White Sox, first of all. And then the other division, they're barely 500. It's not a great league right now. And so I think betting on any of the top AL team to get to the World Series is a good bet because there's an easy path.
Look, the Blue Jays, which, by the way, where are the Blue Jays this year? Oh, my God. What happened?
They sold.
They did the thing. Yeah,
Vladdy has only hit 6 home runs this season so far.
Him and the big dumper up in Seattle, big disappointment. But remember, the Blue Jays were a half-inch away from winning that thing in this narrative change. There we go.
Plus 10,000.
All right, Brady. Thank you, my friend. Go Bronny. All right. Go Bronny. Andrew Cook says, I just logged into Disney Plus and they have the Lord of the Rings films. What? Now, Andrew's in another
country. Did a merger happen that we didn't know about?
Yeah, he's in another country. Go find
out. I was going to say, yeah. Are you not in the United States?
But where do you want? Are they on HBO? HBO Warner Max, Warner Brothers, right?
Yeah.
HBO
has them.
Okay, see, I now have HBO Max through Disney Plus. They're not on the same interface.
Well, then that would be why.
But maybe they're. I don't know. Okay, Andrew, I want to know more about this.
Dude, two companies make everything we watch at this point. So,
at this point, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And by the way, I wish HBO Max was on my Disney Plus app because then it would be like cable. I'd be back where we started.
Well, I have YouTube TV, and so that's what my HBO is through.
Okay.
So that's like the same experience as the cable thing. So I can either watch it on my YouTube TV or the standalone app.
There you go. All right, we're almost out of here, but you Steve, you're really excited for NFL practice, huh?
Yeah, heck yeah, dude. Football will be played on our televisions this week, Ken. You will be able to turn on your TV and see grown men in tight-fitting clothes and giant pads hitting each other with whistles and flags and score bugs and all of that.
And the sounds of football, which I do admit,
Yes.
even with an early training camp game, even the Hall of Fame game, which is just might as well be Pop Warner.
NFL preseason is like premier second screen entertainment for
It's
the next
just-
month when
it's the
we'll
sound.
get through the dog days of summer.
It's the sounds.
Yeah,
It's the sounds.
great.
It's just the crunching of the pads and the brains.
Yes. Yeah. Well, we try not to think about that, but yes, we have Panthers Cardinals. That's our Hall of Fame game.
That's the Hall of Fame game?
So it could.
God,
be
that's
better,
horrible.
but
That's horrible.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Oh, man.
It's pretty bad.
That's-
But this year going into the Hall of Fame are Larry Fitzgerald, Luke Kuechly, Drew Brees, Roger Craig, and Adam Vinatieri.
We're gonna bring. Oh, we never. You know what's funny? We never took Jared out of the chat. He's been here the entire time.
No, I'd be quiet when I need to.
Okay.
I just because this is too good not to. Steve, the second link I sent in the private chat.
I'm on it.
You guys have to see this. I will not set up anything.
Oh my God!
What is this?
Great googly moogly.
I could drive to this and get it.
Come on.
I will help you
What do we got? Is it a brat for sale?
with
Oh,
suicide
come
doors,
on.
Ken.
Brat with suicide doors? What's the price on this?
14.9.
9? Oh, even if it breaks
Open
down
a
in 2
credit
months.
card and buy that today.
How many miles on it?
91,000
91,000 miles.
Bad.
Okay.
For,
What year?
for a 40-year-old car,
85.
1985.
85. Eagles green.
Yeah.
Come on,
That's OG.
Jared.
Celtics green. Celtics green.
If you don't get it, Detective McCarsel's going to buy this. One of you has got to get a brat. I've got
Model
to.
with all extras available. You had all the bells and whistles that were available in 1985.
Kyle Harlow says, "Let's start a super chat goal for this bad boy." Yeah, don't do that. All right, so Jared, at this point, you've got to at least consider the brat in the top 5. options.
Trust me, it's selling me because this is just incredible. It'll fit on my
Get your finger out of the picture. What are we doing?
The photo has a
How
finger.
bad are you? How bad are you, dude? Come on, man. Get your finger out of the picture.
Yeah, look, it's not going to have a fancy camera. You can add that manually. You can maybe aftermarket that dash. But look at that spare tire.
I would not aftermarket anything.
Look at the little setup.
They've got a champagne picnic setup on those 2 chairs in the back. What I love about those chairs as a kid, what I was fascinated with, is you got those handlebars to
The
grip.
handles. Yeah. You're gonna need them. I mean,
Look at
you're
this.
definitely gonna need them.
4-wheel drive, Jared. You can get
Oh,
through
look
the
at that
snow.
interior.
Right?
Oh
Those
my God!
rugs
This,
are awesome.
look at the dice. It's got green dice in there. This is a Green
Big ass
Lantern
dice.
version of the Subaru Brat. How long did that run?
The Subaru Brat.
I got you.
Subaru
Hang on one
Brat
sec.
Run. That's not the question to ask because
1978. It looks like is when it started, and then when was the last year of the Brat?
78 to 94.
94.
There you go.
Okay, look up.
94.
Hold on. Look up and find me a picture of a
94 Brat.
1994 Brat. I don't remember a
on.
Brat past 1987. Cassette
This-
player.
this-
Look at that
this-
cassette player.
This picture just
Come on.
looks like 1994.
Yeah, because it's manual. You know, you want to defrost? You can defrost. A
There you go.
1994 Subaru Brat.
Here's your 1994 Subaru Brat.
They didn't update it. They just were like, this perfection is
If
perfection.
it ain't broke,
Yeah, I mean-
don't fix it.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, Ken. It's simple as that, man.
All right. That's great.
Simple as that.
Okay, Jared. Well, you've jumped back in. And now you got to buy this. Okay. There's just no.
Trust me, it's definitely on the list. Actually,
Another finger in the picture, dude. Get your fingers out of
I
your
think
picture.
he's just
What are you
pointing
doing?
to it. I think whoever
actually,
took
Steve,
these photos.
if you go back into
pointing
the
to it.
private chat, Steve, and go to that first link I
Okay.
sent, there's another one that's on. They jacked up on tires.
Okay. Well, oh my gosh.
It's got the
It's got an
American
American
flag
flag in the back. Oh, that's amazing.
You know who
I-
this Brat
I-
movie for?
Oh my God! See, Detective McCarsel says when I have engineer money, I had a friend, my old one of my radio mentors. He became obsessed with that French car, the Citroen, and he like collected like Citroens, and he went to Citroen meetups and everything. That's going to be Detective McCarsel. That is
This
going to be
one's in
Detective
Massachusetts.
Oh, this whole list is New England.
Oh, okay.
I could
gosh.
drive to all these cars.
Oh,
This
on
has got a
that list.
camper in the back.
Oh my gosh, this one's 2,500. You know, you can fix it up, get yourself another car with the leftover money, but just have this one in the driveway.
Hey,
All
the
right.
carburetor's already been rebuilt. Needs a muffler though.
We're almost done here. I'm excited. So the big question, I saw it in chat. Steve, are we doing fantasy football this year? I don't know if I'll be playing, but you guys, I'm playing.
You're
After my debacle of a season last year, I don't know if I should.
You don't really get a choice. That's just kind of how it works.
Okay.
But yes, we will be doing fantasy football this year. Details to come soon. I am an adamant believer that you don't do your fantasy football draft too early, especially before like this, at least the second game of the preseason.
Yeah.
So we'll be drafting later half of August. So if you would like to join the Blathering Fantasy Football League, we will be doing a 12-team league. We did 16 last year, and I got some squabbles that it was a little bit too much.
It's too much.
So that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
The teams were a little thin towards the end.
Yeah, they were.
So we'll be doing 12-team leagues. If we have more than 12 people, we'll do a second. We'll do a second league. It's okay. If we get 24 people, we'll do a second league. But yes, details TBD. Reach out on Discord. There's already a fantasy football channel there. So I will put out sign up stuff when we get close.
Inga Via says, when is the Space Station gaming episode? Great question. Great question.
We got to relearn how to. Ken needs to learn how to play it again, and then we can do it.
Then we can do it. All right. So check that out. Football is here. I've been seeing some good reports on the Dolphins, Steve. Not necessarily around Malik Willis.
Dude, we're doing a Dolphins schedule review either Thursday or next week, and I'm going to tell you that your team is going to be lucky to win 3 games this year.
I'm telling you, I think we're going to win 7. I think
you are insane, dude. Tell me this.
We're going to win 7.
Ken, I need you to find me 14,000 votes. I need you to find me 7 wins on this schedule, Ken.
I'm telling you.
Where are the 7 wins on this schedule?
We got tapes. We got tapes. You got tapes of people doing it.
You can only play the Jets twice, Ken.
we got a dope running back this Laser Bolt. We got a good defense, I think. Better offensive line. The quarterback we paid big money for. We'll see. All right. That's it. That's our time. A lot of fun hanging out with you all here on a Monday night. We'll do it again. Check out the latest episode of a Monday morning show here on the channel. Try to get to some more supplemental podcasts as well. Casterly Talk tomorrow. Alden and I sit down tomorrow to break down a big episode 7 of House of the Dragons. And if you got a question, House of Dragon, Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings, something like that, ask, and we'll answer it on our Friday Answer Show. All right, that's it. See you later. Bye.